morning from Seattle, Washington. It is August 14th. Wow, half month is gone. So it's been it has been it has been an interesting years, right? So it's Thursday. I wanted to take the time share with you best idea and strategy of of investing in real estate, right? And so we went through the series that where we learn about you know time management, right? Building the schedule that work for you. It's nothing gonna work unless you put it on the schedule, and work it, right? So a lot of people ask me like, okay, it's the system that we share with you, in terms of building the predictable, duplicatable, and profitable business. It did work, right? So my answer has always been, well, it work if you work, right? Nothing gonna work if you don't work, right? So, I hope at this point, you've been, follow our program, and we went through, building the schedule, to put that, to make the priority, create the time block for you to do what you need to do, to build your business and take it to the next level. So, we sharing about, the second program we sharing about like customer acquisition, right? To build a business, to build a business, either we wait for business, we go and we wait for business, and we can go and buy business, or we can go with we go and earn the business. So customer acquisition and business development so crucial in the growth of your growth of your business. And then we're looking at the past client and sphere influence. But you're gonna need those kind of support to help you with your business, to grow your business. On day 4, we're talking about quality, getting quality customer versus quantity, right? Pre-qualify your client. We share with you on day number 5 about follow-up, right? How to effectively follow up, because most of the business that come to you, it come 76% of the business come as the result of good follow-up, right? So on day number 6, we talk about presentation, professional presentation, right? So on day number 7, we talk about pricing the asset, right? It's not the market, it's about the price, right? How do you pricing the product and put yourself in the position, position to be successful. On day number 8, we're talking about handling objection, right? How do you handle a certain situation, and then you can continue to move on, right? With your presentation and getting the result that you want. And so objection is the question and concern in the with the client, who you present your service to, right? So how do we handle that, and then move on? So on the day number 9, we discussed about closing, and there's so many techniques in the industry. We talk about closing, but I always say closing is a natural ending of a good presentation. So because closing is a natural ending of a good presentation, that your job to make sure that you're gonna have making an effective, to the point, good presentation, right? So on day number 10, we'll discuss idea, strategy about negotiation. Different culture, different market, different way to negotiate, right? So on day number on day number 11, we discussed about working with the buyer, right? How to be effective working with the buyer. And so I hope that you'll be able to, learn a lot of this and apply, what you learn into your business. So today I wanted to share with you a very important topic that's gonna lead to, if you listen to, what idea and strategy and come to our training program and get coach, right? Because it's really important to you know to it's really important to learn and you know apply what you learn, then help somebody. It doesn't have to be like us, but it helps to somebody to helping you to helping you with your business, right? So having a coach is crucial. And so today I wanted to share with you the topic is it's profitability and the money management, right? So so the so I wrote down here is that um, you know money is the money that earned, right, is the result of the work that what we do and what we put in and the service that we provide to other people, right? So if you look at like money is earned as a result of what we do, right? And the effort that we put in to the service that we offer to other people, right? So um, so then we have to look at it and say, you know, I remember as a refugee from Vietnam when I came to the U.S. It been in 1993, right? So, you know, I didn't know a whole lot about the business and how to serve other people. So I was making very minimum, because I work at a gardener, work at labor job, right? So I make 50 to $75 a day, and I learned about the real estate business, right? Then I take it from $50 to $75 a day, and then in that I own Windermere and Prudential, right? Um, so we take it from a from a person that don't know anything, right? Just to trade the labor for the work, but then we go so between then over the course of 8 years, I create a company that will make over $3 million a year, right? So I wanted to increase more earning. I have to increase the skill, right? And how do I use the skill and the knowledge to help to other people? So you probably can do the same thing. So really look at it and say, um, if you are without the money that you want, right, today, it is because you do either A, that you do not give the service other people want. That's one. And second is that you are not going to set a goal effectively and achieve them, right? Or third is that you could not control your spending. So if you are today without the money that you want, because face it, my mindset to come to America as a refugee, because this is the richest country on the planet. And I think, it's been like 30 years ago. Then I thought my mindset was, there is no way I live in the richest country on the planet and I am broke. That's impossible, right? So, so my mindset is this is the prosper, this is the abundant, right? This is the abundant financial, abundant opportunity, right? So that's what it is. So I have to learn the skill. I have to learn so that I can go and serve other people. The more people I serve, the better I get, right? So if you are sitting here today and say, well, what going on with my finance or what going on with my money, right? Well, Either you don't have the skill, or you don't, or the skill that you have, people are not willing to pay for it, right? So it's really important for you to look at that one, right? So I wrote down here is that yes, profit is what it left after you subtract the expense from your income, right? And don't forget to put your tax into this scenario. So, the reason to create a business, right, to serve the client, right, and create a profit for yourself. Yeah. So, I wrote down here that yes, um, earning money and making a profit is just a number of game, just like any other number of game. Learn the number required for you to achieve the goal that you set, right? So, when I started real estate business, back in 1998, that's 22 years ago, right? So, and I look at the sale price back then, well, like in Seattle, the average home price is about about $175,000 in South Seattle, right? So if I were to serve, whether I can serve one client, whether I can serve 10 clients, it's really a number of game, right? And earning the income is just a number of game. So you really look at it and say, what would be my objective every single day? How many? I mean, I get into the business and I look at and say, how many people that I'm gonna serve, right? If I want to serve like one customer, that means that I have to make a certain presentation. In order for me to have an opportunity to make a presentation, then I have to contact the client, right? And then, majority of the time I contact the client, people don't know me, they don't know my service, they don't know who I am, and why would people care, right, about me, right? So I really make it all about them, about the customer, right? And so I contacted them with the issue and the problem and the challenge that they have, and I offer the solution, for the client. So that's what I did, right? So there was a time in my career that I be able to serve 14 to 16 customer a month. Most of this will buy a control cell, and then as the result, when I started, right? But as I get into the business longer, I think that I would to ship from 90% buy a control cell to 75 listing sold, right? So that requires a different skill set and a service that I'm providing for the client. So, and to do it over the course of 3,000 transactions over 22 years in Seattle, Washington, I want to put a lot of best practice and idea, and then I'll, share with you. Hope you can learn and apply that into your business and grow your income, right? So if I were to look at it and say, consider, so I wrote down here that yes, consider using the multiple checking and saving account to manage your money. For example, your business account is 30% of your gross income, right? And then your personal account would be like 30% of your gross. And tax would be about 25% of your gross income, right? So the saving or the investment account should be about 15% of your gross income. There you are, with 100% of the growth. Again, I repeat myself again. Business account should have a 30% of your gross earning, right? Personal account should be like 30%, right? Tax shall be like 25% because you have to pay taxes, and then saving or investment account should be about 15% of your growth, right? And remember, you cannot spend the growth income, you can spend the net income. So, and very important for us to do that, right? So, um, remember, I wrote it down here that yes, you are the creator of income. Therefore, you should, pay yourself every single month, right? So if you are the CEO of your company, and that's most of our students in the programming, you are the creator income. So between your company, how much money you would pay, how much salary that would you pay for yourself, and you should pay yourself every single month, right? When I say you are the creator of income, then you really look at it and say, if I am if I am the CEO of my company, right? And if I'm the owner of my business, right? And I am the creator of income. So if I were to listen to Mike, to build a schedule that worked for me, and I want to ask you the question, how many percentage of your schedule in the day that you dedicated, to create income for yourself and for your company, right? So if you were to build a schedule from 9 o'clock to 5 p.m., 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., you work 8 hours a day. How many of those hours is dedicated to creating income, right? So what are the activities that create income? For example, customer acquisition, like you learn from day number 2 of the program, right? How many percentage of your schedule dedicated to customer acquisition? 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, talking to, 15 contact, 30 contact, 45 contact a day, depend to what the goal that you set for yourself, right? So if you want to talk to, like 30 people a day, then how many appointments you're gonna set for yourself, right? So an opportunity for you to score, right? To providing your service, right? To the customer. So if you are the creator of the income for your company, how dedicated are you? How committed are you, right? To the schedule that you set and the goal that you set for yourself so that it creating income, right? So I don't think that, so there is there's a day and night difference between income producing activity, right, and income servicing activity. For example, as the CEO, as the owner of your own company, real estate company or financial company, for example, that's the industry that I am in for the last 22 years, right? So you have to be looking at say income producing activity, that including the activity of customer acquisition, right? The activity of follow up with the customer, like I shared with you, because 76% of your customer will come from the follow up, right? How about, go on the business presentation with your customer so you can have so that you can have a chance to score, right? You give yourself to a call, be in front of the client, right? And then work on your skill to be pretty good at presentation with your customer. So how many of those appointments you go on every single day, right? And what is your ratio from presentation to a business taking, right? So if you're gonna go on like 3 presentation, if you work on your skill, I mean, assume that you come into advanced business workshop, have a coach to work with you, right? Then you're probably gonna go like 25% from presentation to the listing taken, or you go with like 50% from the presentation to listing taken, right? So I say, business is just a number again, right? So you really say how many percentage of the income producing activity that you dedicated yourself, because after all, you make it or break it in the business. It's all about you and your ability to do the income producing activity, right? And then income servicing, that would be like customer service, paperwork, escrow, title, follow up with inspection, servicing the customer, right? So that's another activity, administrative work, right? Administrative work is something that you're gonna have to look at it and say, can I build a system? Can I build a team, right? To supporting me to serve our client. Because the last video program I share with you customer service, right? And so, so you want to keep the customer service on the scale of 1 to 10. You want to make it like an 8 or a 9, right? So really evaluate yourself where you are right now. So income producing activity and income servicing activity, right? So, as a CEO, committed yourself to that, very crucial, right? So, in the changing market like where we are right now, then you need to really focus on the activity that lead to income for yourself and for your company and your family, right? Very important, right? So I wrote down here is that yes, you become your own best client by buying real estate, right? So if you follow the program and you wanted to go to take your business to the next level, and you learn, the system that we shared with you, from customer acquisition to time management to follow up to making effective a great presentation, you put yourself in the position of earning more income because you get more opportunity, to see client, right? To meet client, to present your service or product to the client, right? So it automatically, your income gonna go increase, right? So, I always say that yes, this is the point that you become your own best customer, right? You buy real estate for yourself. Whether it's I would start it with single family home, right? Or be part of the or be part of the investment on multifamily, right? Become part of the LLC, but buy real estate for yourself. And I look at it when I started real estate in Seattle, average home price in King County, it's about 175, right? Today, average home price is about $740,000. You think about that, think about the appreciation of real estate that we're in. But today, Thursday, we talk about investing. And you can only invest in if you have a high skill earning, right? If you don't if you don't follow the schedule, if you're not learnable, right? If you're not coachable, right? If you don't do customer acquisition, if you're not dedicated yourself to business, and you know this will not happen, right? So you really have look at real estate, running real estate like, well, I'm running real estate like I have a choice, right? Well, I'm running real estate like mediocre, right? I'm running real estate like good, or I'm committed to run real estate great, right? So either mediocre, good, or great. The choice is yours, right? If you hear you're making less money and you're struggling with financing, right? You really, the only person to blame is you. It's nothing to do with the market, right? So if you look at like the market in 2007, 2008, I've been when I coached 146 entrepreneur in real estate, right? And there's a lot of business. There's still 4.2 to 4.4 million home for sale sold in the U.S., right? In the market right now, in the market that we're in right now in the U.S., let's look at Seattle, and the Puget Sound area, right? So, home is listed and sold, flying up the shelf, right? Right? So retail struggling big time. Office building very struggle because big company like Twitter, Microsoft, and Amazon, working from home all the way until the end of the years, right? So industrial real estate, it go very strong because the retail is reducing when they need more inventory on for the industrial, right? So depend to what sector you're in, whether industrial, whether multifamily sale, whether retail sale or residential, right? It depends what you invested in too, So it's not the so the so so the so the yeah the market and the client only pay for high skill, right? And so you really look at it and say, well, this is an opportunity for you to step up and sold up for your business. So buying real estate with a great term, great price in the market like that. Yeah. So um, it's one thing that you do with real estate, running a real estate, running the real estate business is about putting yourself 6 months of reserve, right, into business expense and personal expense. I say like personal expense like mortgage, car payment, student tuition for your children, food, you know, miscellaneous, right? How much it cost you a month, right? And how about business? How much you pay for outfit, insurance, right? Expand, right? And marketing, promotion. How much is that a month? If your number, you combine personal and business together, let's say, $10,000 a month, right? And so that would be the minimum number that you need to have, right? So you put that number in front of you every single day. Because let's say $10,000 a month, what would be the average sale price in residential, for example? Average home price is 740. What would be the average commission that you would receive from the client? Well, $20,000, right? So that means that you at the minimum requirement, you got to be able to sell half of the transaction a month, right? So every 2 months you have to have one transaction, right? In order for you to meet the minimum to pay for your expense, business and personal, right? But who would want to be in a business and to make enough money to live by? You want to grow, right? So yeah. So that's what I wanted to share with you about running the real estate business, and growing, expanding your business in today's market, right? So really look at what can you do, to be able to earn more, right? To earn more, you need to learn more, right? So be proactive about running your business. So with that, I appreciate you guys, your time, to check out this program, and I hope you can learn and apply what you learn into your business. Call our office for if you wanted to involve in the training and the business coaching that we have. And with that, have a great day. Thank you.